Hello to those listening. This is an orator here with the freest of speech. And this time I want to talk about voter fraud. You see, because of what Donald Trump said, it's been running through the news that voter fraud is not a real thing. It's not really that big of an issue. And the thing about it is, they're right. The type of voter fraud they're talking about isn't a big deal. Because seriously, not too many people are going to run out and try to run to different districts and try to vote a couple dozen times. I mean, have you seen the lines of these places? Do you really think people gonna sit there and wait 4 hours in one line to go to another line and wait another four? No, it's just not gonna happen. But the thing about it is, we do have voter fraud in the U.S., and this is based in one word, and that word is gerrymandering. Now, I'm going to go to the dictionary just so I can define this word properly. And the word gerrymander is defined as U.S. policy, the dividing of a state, country, etc., into election districts so as to give one political party a majority in many districts while concentrating the voting strength of the other party into a few districts as possible. Now, the thing about this concept is pure voter fraud. It is literally designed to, whenever in the U.S. after the census, when they do redistricting, it is designed to allow the politicians to pick their constituents and not the other way around. It literally flies in the face of democracy itself. Now, the thing about it is, both sides do it. So, this isn't a one sided thing or the other. And both sides love doing it because it guarantees them victories. But it screws over the country as a whole. And I'll just use this as a very simple example. If you have a district that's 50-50 split between the parties, that means the candidate that wins this one needs to pull from the other pool as to win, therefore making them more moderate in their approach to things and more appealing to a wider base of their population. Now, if you redistrict and you split it down the middle, you put all the Democrats in the district with the rest of the Democrats, then you take all the Republicans and put them with their own. Now, instead of getting that middle of the road kind of candidate, that may swing a little bit to the left or maybe to the right, but mostly just middle of the road. Now, what you have here is extremes, because it will always devolve into the extremes. Because if you know a Democrat ain't got a prayer against you, that means your only competition is another Republican. Which means it comes down to the primaries. And the people who vote in the primaries are the most avid followers of the ideology. They want the extremes. So that means now you have to out Republican the other Republican to get the nomination. And then when you go to the nomination, you're good because you already won. Which means now, if these people hold you to your extremism, it doesn't do good. And then the same process happens on the other side. So instead of this one district producing one middle of the road person who will go and try to get things done because they have that middle of the road attitude, now you have two extremes that are going to butt heads and nothing gets done. So, in conclusion, Donald Trump is 100% correct. In America, we have voter fraud. But the voter fraud isn't from people jumping from polling place to polling place to vote more than once. It's in gerrymandering, which both parties not only engage in and love, respect, and just really do love it. It's the one thing the media ignores. This was an orator with the freest of speech. Thanks for listening.